Hey guys, so you hear anything? Ray, Lorraine, and Timmy has been taken. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to find out something. This was a recipe for disaster. We went 3 days in a row to get that protective order. 2 days we got denied. After the first 2 days it got denied, and I'm going to get comments out of here, guys. I can't look at that. That's why I haven't been on social media. I don't even want to look at it. Not after what's going on. We went 2 days to get a protective order, and then we didn't get it. The only option we had at that point was to get adult protective services involved. And then me and Timmy went and met with adult protective services one day. Timmy was claiming he had, not claiming, he told us he had been beat by BJ. Betty said she had. Larry never told us he was, but Betty told us that she saw BJ hit him. Then, when we were supposed to be meeting with adult protective services, and Betty was supposed to be going with me, which they were meeting her to give her 8 hours of caretaking, she no-showed and was off with Brandon. That's when Adult Protection Services came down there, because at this point, I'm broadcasting all over Facebook that I'm wanting them to do what just happened. They came down there, told Betty, no, he's trying to build you a home. Which, guys, as of a couple of days ago, the Amish had agreed. We had permits, everything was ready to go, until I saw you-know-who back on the property. It's going to get good. I never went home. You people, some of you that didn't know me, you're about to find out. Give me a second. The emotions are high. We were told when we got that protective order that if Betty talked to BJ or Larry, not just BJ, someone saying Patrick saying this is because of BJ. I mean, probably is. She's not supposed to be there, guys. She got caught cutting down telephone wire, melting the casing off, and $25,000 worth of copper line. That, I've been told, allegedly, get this, that Larry knew about it too. The copper. Yeah, it gets better. Give me a second. So then, all of this goes down. They say he's trying to get you to home. We try to make this like water under the bridge. On Thursday, we go to the Amish. That was the day, I guess, that the court date was. Guys, I was told 10 days. 10 days from that day is what we had with that protective order. If you go back to every live, that's what I said. I, honest to God, thought we had 10 days. Now, the first 2 days when we were talking, I could have swore I saw like a September 9th or 10th date. But regardless, and you'll find out why. I'm out here going to the Amish. I'm out here getting building permits. I'm out here taking everybody, doing everything. I was the only one doing anything. Literally, the only one doing anything until my friends got here. Which makes me so angry. What seemed like a normal day, we went, talked about the permits. I came on, give you guys the live, let you see what was going on, flood zones, everything that's going on. And I told Betty, they're not going to allow you to put the home there. One, it's supposedly not even your property, where your home is right now, and it's in the flood zone all the way over to where Larry's house was, where the camper went. There was a piece of property on the very back that was flat, where they could have built. And guess what? They wouldn't have been where they were, could have got a new address where people aren't showing up to their house in the middle of the night. It would have been perfect. They could have been isolated. I came, told Betty about that. Everything was good. Everything. She said, I like that idea. Patrick told me at one point in time that Betty said she didn't want her house back there. Even though in a video, Betty tells me, I always wanted a house back there. My sister Judy used to be back there. Well, and then I'm hearing from Patrick, well, Betty doesn't want her house back there. When I say something to Betty, but Eric, I never said that. Regardless, we went walking the property and was going to try to find out what was going on. I noticed when I was walking the property on the backside, there is a place called Devil's Backbone. I found 2 campfires. So, definitely eyebrow raised, right? Betty tells me that Timmy, or Lorraine, is missing Timmy. And I know she was. She loves her son, guys. She loves her son. And she said, do you mind bringing him back? And I was like, is he still going to be able to go to Georgia with me? Yes, he'll be able to go to Georgia. Just make sure he calls her. I was like, I will. I'll make sure he calls every day. She said, he doesn't have to call every day. Just some. I said, no, he'll call every day. Went back. My friend Robert Mast, who had flown out from Idaho, almost 78 years old, had a former Amish friend that lived 4 hours away that drove all the way up here to see him. So we took him back to meet with at the Airbnb. And then while we was doing that, I got Timmy. Timmy did not want to go back, but I told him, you got to go see your mom. Okay, but everything was going to be good. I had gotten Lorraine some special chips from the Amish. I kept chips in the back of my vehicle, and I would give her a bag at a time. The second I got out of that vehicle, I see those hands. And I wanted to react then, but I'm getting information about what's going on, guys. I said, I'm going to go up, talk to Lorraine, and have that moment with her before I ask about the camper. And what pissed me off is when I did that, after I did that, I said, Larry, who's in the camper? Nobody's in the camper. Larry, who's in the camper? I didn't even play it off. I just kept going. He was going to lie to me. I went back and rewatched. There was a guy that has a channel, YJ the author, I think. He was the closest one on his coverage, guys. I want you to know, bud, I was really respected your work. You were about 95% correct, because there's so much. The internet's loose and people make your accusations in the comments. You have no idea what you're talking about, and you're about to get the true story. Once I find out what's going on, everything that happens in the dark will come to the light. And I think it's about to now. I beg anybody that is involved with what's going on right now, come to me. I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. I forgot what I was talking about. There's so much. I don't know what's going to happen. When I know, I will let you know. But here's the thing. When Adult Protection Services came down there, Betty told them about the abuse and everything that was going on. When BJ showed back up in that house, guys, and you know how many people I've been watching in the comments saying they was going to report it? It was inevitable. They can only get so many calls before they have to act. And I'm going to tell you, they were going out of their way, but every time I see Ray, he is sitting in his own urine. Feces all over him. Lorraine has been trying to tell me something about her head for months. And then when Lorraine starts trying to tell me, I get told some BS excuse about a bee sting. And I've asked Lorraine, it's on video. Lorraine, is that from a bee sting? No. But here's the one that really got me. We didn't, and then the court order, right? While I'm out there doing this with the Amish, getting the permits, and then I'm made to think, oh, it's your fault. You knew when it was not. I said 10 days from the very beginning. I found out. It's public record. Make a call. You'll find out. They told her they would give her a continuance. She denied it for BJ. She denied it. She said the abuser could stay at the house. Now, when you admit that someone beat Ray, beat Timmy, beat yourself, beat her dad, stealing copper wire, doing the things that they're doing, what did you think was going to happen? I knew this was going to happen. And they have nobody to blame but themselves. There's more, guys. I want to get off of here. And I promise you, you'll get more later. One of the biggest slaps in the face to Mr. Patrick over there. I get a call. From the condo where I rented the Airbnb. Patrick played on my heartstrings. I need somewhere to stay. I just want to get away for a while. I don't want no one around. I just want to get off. And you think you can get me a room up there? I was like, yeah, man, you can do that. You mind getting it in your name? Sure, Patrick. Just pay me back out of next month's money. After everything else that I've been taking care of, right? I get him a condo. He was staying right next to me in the Airbnb, guys, because he said he needed to heal. That condo was freaking trashed, man. Hold on, I'll get to all that in a little bit. I'm getting information about what's going on, and I've got a lot to go through, guys. That condo was trashed. Dog poop, chewing tobacco all over the pillows, the walls, you name it, pills all over the floor. Don't worry, I've got the video. The back doors were left wide open. When he got out, Moose was with him and his other dog. And I said, Patrick, does the owner know you got that dog with you? And he said, oh, yeah, I told him. No, they didn't. Not only that, he goes and puts them on the kitchen counter in this brand new, renovated place. Decorations for the condo that became spittoons. Diapers on the floor, stains all over the couch, pills all over the floor. Literally, I don't know. How do you get snuff on couches, countertops, like everywhere? The kitchen sink was full of it. Big wads of it all over the floor. Poop all over the back deck. And guess whose name it was in, guys? You guys think you know. You have no idea what I've been through up here. And I'm a good friend. I wanted him to get better. This is his record. It's like a freaking Bible. I'd like to say something. His mom and sister, his family are good people. And she's went through the loss of 2 of her sons. And I hate for this to happen. I really do. And then I found pleading guilty to stalking and sexual crimes just last month. And Timmy's in Victoria's Secret just a few days ago, and we're getting him to take pictures with women while he's in it too. I'm a little hot right now, guys. I could go on. I'm about to go find out what's going on with that family. I could care less about the social media. I haven't been on here doing the gimmick or the YouTube. I knew when this happened, the YouTube was probably going away. And it sucks. I put a lot of work behind it. And I'm a very passionate guy. The whole time I was up here, I was busting my ass, not even hardly sleeping, taking money out of my pocket, and then having someone do that to me. That's how I get repaid. I don't know how they can look at them. And you know what? After everything I did for that family, the movies, the new clothes, all of it, I I never heard a thank you. And I don't do it for the thank you. I literally have done stuff like this all my life, guys. If you think this is about the likes, clicks, and views, you don't know me much. I already had a platform. And I really would much rather be at home. And I didn't want to be on, so I don't even want to be on it here now. But this is what happens. And what sucks is now the whole thing is about scandal instead of the family getting the home they deserve. They literally had a log cabin built by the Amish about to happen. Free. You guys don't know the half of it. I tried to cover for you, Patrick. I tried to cover for you. I hope you would get better. I really did. You weren't even supposed to be at that concert. Ray had an orthopedic visit the day before, and you didn't. You had one thing to do: get Ray to the orthopedic visit. I came all the way up here from Georgia, and you told me I would not be able to get him a doctor's appointment, and I said that was the whole reason I was coming up here. And you said, you're not from West Virginia. It don't work that way up here. You're from Georgia. We don't just get visits like that. I had Ray at the doctor the next day, guys. He had an orthopedic visit. And Patrick was the one supposed to take him. Ray didn't make that orthopedic visit. Instead, he ended up at a bluegrass concert where Patrick broke his leg. Y'all need to start. You've been asking the questions to the wrong guy here, but I've got your answers. I've got your answers, and I can't. I really hoped he was going to straighten up, guys, but this has been going on for years. I feel, but I've been leaving you breadcrumbs all along. I was afraid this was going to happen. I'll give you this much, and then I'll give you some more later. The first time I was up here, after we recorded that interview on YouTube, meet Patrick and Eric. Next thing I know, he is in the parking lot of the hotel at the Skyline, cussing up a storm. Come up here, MF, or you know what, I'll beat your ass, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? When I walk outside, he just throws the phone at me. He's like, here, you take care of it. Take care of what? I have no idea what I'm running into, guys. No idea. I get on this phone and the guy starts cussing at me, and I said, you better watch yourself there, dude. You don't know who you're talking to. And like, I'm not trying to get involved in this, but tell me what's going on. That guy's on there trying to act like a saint. He owes my 73-year-old grandmother $1,200 he stole from her. As I look over and he's leaning over the railing, I said, this guy just said you stole from his grandmother. Is that true? Nods his head yes, and I'm just like, oh my God. What have I got myself into? I wanted to get in my car and take off. And I was this close, but I said, he told me the truth. As unflattering as the truth was, he told me the truth, and I really thought he loved Timmy, and people can change. Now, that guy that he owed that money to his grandmother, I'm sure you'll probably end up watching this. But it's not just that, guys. Donation money, you name it. Getting people to pay for FaceTime and Timmy. Oh my God, it goes on. Now I'm getting filters. So, yeah, have fun. It's funny. I gotta get out of here. There's nothing funny about this. I don't know how, why does a filter pop up on a Facebook Live? Anyway, yeah, I'm ready to spill the beans. And to Patrick's mom and sister, I'm sorry. You guys don't deserve this. But, Patrick, you need to go on and tell the truth. I have nothing to hide. If anybody's ever sent money to this family, outside the one time I asked you to send money for me for the Airbnb, and as soon as I got what I needed, I went on there and said, stop sending money. I've got what I needed. If anybody ever sent money to this family, put it down in the comments. We need to know where that money came from. I want 100% of it accounted for, because I don't think I've been told the truth, and I don't think the family has either. If you ever sent money, put it down in the comments. What was done in the dark, it's time for it to come to light. I blew the whistle in a group with people that I found out were paying FaceTime for Timmy not long ago, and said this is not supposed to be happening. There was lots of people involved. This is not a cash cow here. The Whittakers are very easy to manipulate people, and they get a lot of attention. The worst drug on the face of this earth is attention, guys. You think crystal meth and crack and all that's bad? The things that people will do for attention will blow your freaking mind. And the last thing in the face of this earth you're ever going to see me do is take advantage of a special needs family. This was going on before I got involved. I was asked to get involved, and I gladly accepted. But I've got to look at myself in the mirror at the end of the night, and I got kids that I want to show them the right way. And this is the last thing I wanted for my babies, is to be in a public spot putting up with crap like this. But I'm not leaving Timmy. I don't know where, I don't know how, but I'm gonna find you, buddy. I'm coming, and you guys can bet on that. I'll see you.